everybody. The trades keep coming, and we've got another pretty big one to talk about. This was first discussed last night. It is official. Paperwork is submitted. It is in the books. Sam Reinhart is now a Florida Panther. So the Reinhart deal is finally done between Buffalo and Florida, and we'll take a look at it here. Just before we get into it, I ask you to please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. It helps the channel an absolute ton and is greatly appreciated. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Sam Reinhart goes to the Florida Panthers in exchange for a 2022 first-round draft pick and goaltending prospect Devon Levi going back to the Buffalo Sabres. First-round draft pick is lottery protected. If it happens to end up being a top 10 pick, it would become a 2023 first-round pick. But with Florida being the team that they are, it seems highly unlikely that 2022 first-round pick would be a top 10 pick. So Buffalo is probably going to be using this pick next year. And they get a goaltending prospect in Devon Levi, who is a pretty good goaltending prospect, but obviously Florida has Spencer Knight, who is the goalie of the future there. So they don't, that made Levi very expendable. Florida here gets Sam Reinhart, who I think has made some big strides over the last few years. So he got off to a little bit of a shaky start in Buffalo, but over the last few years, I think he's really gotten his game together and started to play well, even though the team itself has been really, really bad. And I love this move for the Florida Panthers. Reinhart is an impact player who is going to come right in and make a big difference for that team. And I think he's going to fit in well. He's a really, really solid player who is probably going to put up even more points now that he's playing with more talent around him and on a significantly better team. For Buffalo, obviously they're rebuilding. They're building for the future. They get a first-round pick out of it, which is always huge. And they get a pretty decent goaltending prospect as well in Devon Levi. And the Buffalo Sabres need all the help they can get at that position. So definitely can understand that. But I really like this for Florida. Reinhart's still only 25, just kind of coming into the prime of his career. And we're finally going to get to see what he looks like outside of Buffalo on a much better team. He's played well individually in Buffalo, but the team has never been good when he's been there. So now we're going to get to see him on a much better team, and I am really, really excited to see how that turns out. I think Reinhart could be a 70-point guy. I think he has that potential. He's been playing right wing. I think he was originally drafted, as a center, but he quickly kind of transitioned to playing the wing. And he's been playing the wing for Buffalo the last few years, and he can play, he plays the right side, and I think it can be a big point producer from the right side, and he's going to be playing with a lot of very talented players in Florida. That's a good team, a team that, was one of the better teams this past year in the NHL and, made the playoffs and really look to take that next step. And now they're trying to add someone else to push them even further and take the next step after that. Reinhart, I think, is going to fit really, really well in Florida. I like this move for them a lot. This is an upgrade to the Florida Panthers roster. Worth giving up the first-round pick. Obviously, if you're going to get a player the caliber of Sam Reinhart, you're going to have to give something up. The first-round pick is what it is, but Reinhart is much more of a sure thing where a first-round pick can be a really good player, but is not guaranteed. And then Devon Levi. Listen, Devon Levi is a solid goaltending prospect, but when you have Spencer Knight like the Florida Panthers do, you know that Knight is your goaltender of the future who's going to be the franchise guy or is expected to be the franchise guy. That makes somebody like Levi very expendable. So it's not a huge loss for Florida there because they have Spencer Knight. However, it is a big get for the Buffalo Sabres because they need, like I said, all the help they can get at the goaltending position. So getting a good young prospect like this in the system could end up being big for the Sabres. But all in all, I love this trade for the Florida Panthers. I think Reinhart is absolutely going to make that team better, and that's a really, really nice addition for them. For Buffalo, I mean, it's a decent return. I honestly thought they might be able to get a little more for someone of Reinhart's caliber, but to get a first-round pick and the all-important goaltending prospect out of it, not bad for the Buffalo Sabres, but I am really, really excited to see what Sam Reinhart is able to do in Florida. Now that he is out of Buffalo, he has a much better team around him. He has more talented players around him. I think there's a chance he could explode next season offensively and really put up some big numbers in a Florida Panthers uniform. I am excited to see how that goes. I like his game a lot. I think he's improved a lot over the past few years despite being on a really bad team. So Sam Reinhart is now a Florida Panther. 2022 first-round pick and goaltending prospect Devon Levi going back to Buffalo in the Reinhart deal. And this one is now official. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon merchandise store, donation link, and channel memberships are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.